Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. The time for our Bazaar Day is finally upon us. I've played the entire week on from the 6th when we last checked in, and my inventory is absolutely bursting at the seams. I cannot even tell you how stressful it's been trying to balance my inventory. I'm starving my poor pets. I haven't been able to buy pet food. I got rid of my horse treats. I even threw away the cat bell and the dog bone. I just said, get rid of it. I don't need it. I need the space for other stuff. So it has been very stressful trying to manage all of this. It did not help that I was not able to get rid of stuff last week. So I am beyond excited to be able to get rid of some of the stuff today at the bazaar. I did most of the organizing of the inventory last night, but it's not perfect. I do still have a few things to load in. My hope is that we do not have to come back for a return trip. I ideally would like to try and get everything that I want to sell today all in one go. You can see I've got lots of jewelry. I'm gonna try and bring lots of wool, all of my food. I'm going all in. I want to get rid of as much of this stuff as I'm possibly able to. We're gonna go ahead and bring all of our pineapples. Unfortunately, our large stack here has degraded and it's now fairly fresh. That is going to hurt us very significantly, and I will be showing a demonstration of that once we get to the bazaar. I'm not gonna let that slow me down. We're just gonna bring everything and anything that I think is worth money at this point. And the reason that I haven't gotten rid of some of these tools is just because the game won't let me. I would have gotten rid of things that I don't use and don't plan to ever use if I could. But unfortunately, we are just plagued with that stuff continuing to take up space in our inventory. Very, very tragic. Now, I think I've grabbed most of what I want from the actual inventory. Oh, horsey. Shush. I know, you're probably very hungry or want my attention, but your noises are driving me nuts. A lot of what I have left in the inventory now is stuff that is not going to degrade, or just stuff that I've foraged and picked up, and things that I don't need to worry about selling. I've also got a lot of stuff sitting over here in the windmill. I've got lots of tea cans, and I'm not going to be able to take all of these today, but I am going to take the pineapple tea can. I've been experimenting just making different types of teas by combining my fall tea leaves and all of my different fruits. We can then turn those into cups of tea and unlock a few more recipes in our recipe book. So I've left a few spaces because I would like to pick up the few remaining pieces of jewelry that I have waiting for me over at the windmill. So tons of jewelry. I've put away most of my tools. There were a few that I didn't get rid of, but for the most part, with everything that we have and the large quantities of items, I think that is going to keep us pretty busy for the foreseeable future. So now we just have to wait for the bazaar to open. I'm surprised that it isn't open. I feel like I was taking forever to sort out my inventory, and I was really rushing trying to get everything stuffed into my bags. It's too late to go back now. I probably could have went back and maybe done a few more adjustments if I didn't hesitate, but we are ready to get started. We're gonna go right at the beginning today. And luckily for me, the majority of the food that I have here is still super fresh. There are a few things like my mixed salads and some of my cheese that is now fairly fresh thanks to the weather. But I tried to play it smart, and I did make a lot of things that didn't have a freshness level, like alcohol, teas, wool, and then my jewelry and whatnot. So tons of jewelry to sell today and still some jewelry remaining. Lots of food to get rid of. Pineapples, the whole works. And the goal, even though this sounds insane, is to make $1 million. Yes, you heard me right. $1 million. So we'll see how we do. And then just to show how badly it can hurt your bottom line to allow things to degrade in freshness, a super fresh pineapple is worth $3,840, and a fairly fresh pineapple at the same quality level is now only worth $3,070. That is a massive loss. Very, very tragic for me to be losing almost $800 a pineapple. And turning these into seeds doesn't help me either, and would in fact make me lose even more money. So my plan is to sell all the super fresh ones and get as much profit as I possibly can off of those ones. And I just have to kind of cut my losses, unfortunately. And that was why at our previous bazaar, I had decided to sell a small stack of them. I kind of made the decision that I wanted to clear out the inventory a little bit because I was afraid of that exact thing happening, and it did. Starting out a little bit slow today, but we're already at $60,000 worth of profit, which isn't too shabby. A few other items I did want to take the opportunity to talk about are the dashi eggs, which I've created with a black egg and some oil. This is 100% worth doing if you have silky chickens, because this more than doubles your profit rather than just selling the egg on its own. So this is a fantastic, easy way to make money as long as you have oil. And I always try to keep stocked up from Chen. And I learned after I started making these pineapple tea cans, look how much money these are worth. $9,400. Those are worth more than some of my ores. It's worth more than my piece of adamantite that I have here. So I will definitely, from this point on, be making some pineapple tea cans because I still have half of the season to get tea leaves and to do that. And I have created other teas already for the sake of completion. Oh boy, it was starting off slow and now we have too many people. So that is my plan going forward with some of my pineapples that aren't as fresh. I will save a few of them and I will turn them into those tea cans and hopefully increase my profits by a little bit. So we really need people to dive on in and buy a lot of our stuff, and that's part of the reason I didn't want to go home today. It doesn't take that long to return home and to do inventory management in the grand scheme of things, but it does always seem to interrupt the flow. and it is a little bit difficult to get back into the swing of things. Or so I find. I did try to hand pick all of the items that I thought were gonna get me the most amount of money. All the things that I have huge amounts of. If anything, I will maybe go over to the windmill and pick up some more jewelry. But we are already down to only so few items. My inventory was stuffed when I got here, and I'm now down to my last page and a bit. I will absolutely not give you a pineapple. You're crazy. The absolute audacity. We're about a third of the way there. 318,000. I also did some experimentation with my tea, and for the most part, keeping your tea in cans is more profitable or about the same as turning them into cups of tea. So that's why I'm selling the tea cans. I did a little bit of accounting on some of the items before I went to sell them today, just because I haven't done that in a while. Really looked at what I'm selling and how profitable it really is. So 1 o'clock, so we still have a few hours left. I have a lot of shopping to do, so I can't stay right up until the last minute. I am hoping to be done by about 6 o'clock. Maybe 6:30. I can push it to. Ooh, yay. Sorry, could you buy it for double price, please, lady? Thank you. A few more sales and we will be halfway there. And it's going to be such a relief for me to have inventory space when I get back. Oh my goodness. I can breathe again, not having to constantly juggle to save my life. And my pets and my horse won't die. They're immoral, which is why I made the decision not to feed them. But you still feel like an absolute monster doing that, especially with how hard our pets work. I mean, they are out there every single day hurting all of my animals. Ugh. It's so stressful sometimes. It's an all or nothing situation where I'm sitting here trying to get people's attention and nobody's showing up. Or I simply can't keep up. It's actually been a while since I've been able to put a few things out. So let's make sure that we get our mixed salads out because we've got lots of those to sell. We'll put out some more jewelry. Our expensive tea cans here. Still trying to mix it up and have an assortment of stuff. If those pineapples had all been fresh, I think that would have been an absolute game changer. I don't think $1 million would have been that big of a deal at all. And along with the jewelry, a lot of the other stuff that I had here would have just been gravy. So it's kind of a shame to see that with how much time and effort it took me to grow all of those pineapples, but it is what it is. I'm getting a little bit nervous here because we are climbing, our sales are climbing, we are getting rid of stuff, but I'm kind of wondering if I'm getting rid of stuff fast enough to be able to get to where I want to be. With that being said, I believe this is now our new high total. I don't think we have gotten this far in our sales numbers before, which is very exciting. And I haven't put these out yet, but these are my pickled potatoes. So I've been pickling vegetables using the olives and turning it into olive oil down in my basement, and it increases the value of some of my base vegetables. And I have lots of potatoes. Not worth as much money as I would have hoped, but there's probably some higher value vegetables that I could pickle to get a bit more money. $896,000, just a little bit more to go, just that last 100K here, and we will have it in the bag. There we go. We did it, folks. Everybody can go home. I'm a millionaire. I am so happy to have gotten to this point, because it really has been a ton of inventory management and stress about my items and whatnot. So I'm just so beyond happy to have gotten to this point. Now I still have 54 pineapples, and I even have a necklace. Ooh, let's put that out. I would like to hold on to some of those pineapples to turn them into tea, but I don't need to keep them all, so we will sell some more here. We've only got a little bit longer to go. And being left with just these pineapples is absolutely fantastic. It can be done, folks. You can earn a lot of money at the bazaar. It just takes a lot of hoarding and a lot of planning to do so. Now, I think I am actually going to call it quits at this point and go around and do my shopping. However, I'm going to reload another save that I have before I went back to do this recording, because it has all of the items that I want to buy, and I can already tell just by looking over here at Chen's shop that the layout is not the same, and I'm not going to be able to get the same items that I want from the bazaar. So here I am. This is the file where I have made my real and true progress. This was my practice file, and the numbers come in awfully close. I managed to make 100K more in the video, but I'm calling that still pretty good results either way. Managed to get over 1 million on both runs, and we are left with just a few fairly fresh pineapples. I have pushed the time a little bit today, and I've got a lot of shopping to do, so I am going to run around and hopefully get everything that I want to grab today. Chen has everything a girl could dream of. All of the items that I was looking to get all in one straight go today. So he's made me very happy. I'm going to replenish my stock of oil because I am completely dry. And I need oil for so many things. Because it's fall, he will now restock his curry powder. I'm not gonna go nuts, but I am gonna buy about 20 of these. I am still lacking a few ingredients to make all of the different curries in the game, but we are gonna circle back and revisit making some of those. And then I did mention that yellow peppers were the only crop during the fall that I am currently missing. I'm not going to go too nuts because we are nearly halfway through the season, and this is going to take some time to grow in, but I'm thinking that 3 rows of these should suffice. I can mix it in with the other things that I have growing currently. It took a lot of reloading to get the items that I wanted just so, but this Bazaar day is an absolute gold mine. Claire here also is selling some cooked rice, which is another item that I tend to run out of very, very quickly because it is also something that we use in a lot of cooking. So we are going to stockpile 99 of those suckers, and we will buy her recipe for a steamed dumpling. And because I'm a little bit low on time, we're going to head around the bazaar clockwise rather than go counterclockwise and go up to Nellie's and then through Jones as I normally do. We're gonna go the other way. Stopping first over here at Diego's, who, as you can see, has a shiny red orb that we have not yet seen. And that is because the Red Wonderful is first unlocked in fall of year 3. He will sell this during fall and winter, and it's a pretty nice perk on this Wonderful to be able to raise the quality of items produced. I can see that being very useful in all of your windmills, really, depending on what it is that you are making. But I don't know the math on this one. I have no idea how much it increases quality. It is most likely just going to be another paperweight in my inventory, but I'm gonna buy it anyways because we don't have it. I have all season to buy it. It doesn't really matter, but I am a bit of an opportunist and I just buy it when I see it. And I decided today, why not? Let's buy ourselves another chicken. I have been talking about it for a while. And those dashi eggs are just an easy way to gain a little bit of profit, you know? Very minimal, easy way to earn a little bit of money. And we are going to name this little guy Shade. With only 14 minutes left, I'm hoping that Felix will let me stop in at his store. He usually closes a little bit earlier. I just want to swing by and grab a little bit of chocolate so that we can do some cooking in the near future. I want to delve into those dessert recipes. So I'm going to buy 10 pieces of chocolate from him. And then our final stop today is going to be over at Jones with minutes to spare. Now, she has displayed here 3 recipes that it's telling us we don't have. As a matter of fact, we cooked the cheese dumpling and the pizza in the last video that I did. I just haven't gone through the effort of actually cooking all of those on the file that I've been playing on. And so I will skip on buying the pizza and the cheese dumpling and I'll make them myself. I will, however, buy the apple wine in a glass because that is something that we don't have. So there's a little bit of discrepancy there, but we do have those unlocked, and I will work on updating my recipe book so that it matches up. Oh, 10 minutes to spare. And that's why I went around the bazaar in a way that I don't normally go. I tend to take the same path every single time. But Nellie, for once, and it's highly unusual, has nothing new for us. So I didn't want to waste precious minutes coming over to her corner when she had nothing for us. We will check her again next week. We'll just kind of pop in and see what else she's got for us. I do need to buy more ore, but I have silver at home. I need to pick up some gold. But it's almost winter at this point, and we will be able to get ore way, way more easily in the wintertime if I'm still playing at that point. And it is absolutely worth going to check out our Bazaar results. Because obviously we are going to have the most earnings. If we didn't, I would be having my mouth just hanging open because $1 million is double what the sales goal is. It has been a very, very long period of time since we've been able to double the goal. Nearly $1.2 million. We can retire. I mean, at this point, what's left? Do you even bother? You could skip entire bazaars and it just wouldn't matter anymore. There's no way I'm gonna be able to spend all of that money. I haven't even seen what we're sitting at. Your sales are the best of all time. Hell yeah, they are! Your commitment to excellence is amazing. I hope that you can continue to inspire the rest of our town. Based on the sales numbers, some fairly impressive sales numbers from week to week, I really don't think they need my help, to be honest. They're doing just fine. The town has gotta have some income coming into it now from all of this. So we also got the best customer service, which I think would have still been the case if I was playing from where I started at the beginning of this video. We did have a lot of people come and talk to us. And we get another bottle of honey wine. I did hang on to this for quite a while the last time this happened. I'll probably sell it sooner than I did last time. And then we are starting right back over fresh on another week. Now this week brings us the cooking festival. I don't think it's worth going because it is exactly the same, and I have pointed this out before, but for some reason in this game they do not rotate categories. So I'm just gonna go in and cook the same things that I have been cooking for the last 3 years and win easily. And there is absolutely nothing different to show you from last year. I do, however, want to continue doing some cooking just to add to the recipe book. And there may be some things that I've missed talking about that I can include. We'll sort of do another update this week, most likely. And then we will check out the bazaar as well. Because we're down a bazaar for the month, it is going to be a good idea for us to keep checking in, just so that we can at the very least get some new recipes if the girls have them, or to keep up on my stock of things for cooking like oil and rice and so on and so forth. So there will be another video sometime this week to do a little bit more cooking. But other than that, I'm just going to carry on from here and see what happens. Now with that bazaar day that we just had, our earnings are a little bit more even, where now we've definitely earned more than we spent, whereas at the beginning of the year, it was really, really close. We were still in the black all throughout the year, but my earnings weren't outpacing my expenses as I would have thought. And I now have $5.1 million, so I'm thinking it's almost time for our farmer to retire here, but I do still have a few little things that I would like to talk about. Thank you all so very much for joining me on this monumentous moment where we have officially broken $1 million worth of sales. It's just so beyond exciting. I'm so happy to have a little bit of inventory space left and to see that all of that hard work that I did was worth it in the end. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.